a small town resting on the edge of a dry plain, there lived a young man named Armin. The town itself was unremarkable. Dusty roads, fading houses, and people who survived more on routine than hope. What made Armin different was not his intelligence or talent, but his habit of dependence. From childhood, he had learned one dangerous lesson: someone else will always come to help. Armin was not lazy by nature. He had dreams like every young man. He wanted respect, comfort, and a future where he would not have to count every coin before buying bread. But whenever effort was required, he waited. Whenever responsibility appeared, he stepped back. Someone else, his father, his friends, his employer, or even fate, was expected to carry the weight. As a child, Armin's parents did everything for him. When he failed an exam, they blamed the teacher. When he missed opportunities, they said it wasn't written for him. Slowly, silently, Armin absorbed a false belief. Success comes from outside, not from within. By the time Armin reached his mid-20s, reality began to press against him like a tightening wall. His father passed away unexpectedly. The man who had silently solved problems, paid debts, and shielded Armin from consequences was gone. The house felt emptier, not just emotionally, but practically. Bills arrived without mercy. Responsibilities knocked without apology. For the first time in his life, Armin had to stand alone, and he failed. He tried to lean on relatives, but relatives have limits. He borrowed money from friends, but friendship weakens when it turns into obligation. He searched for jobs, but without skills, discipline, or confidence, doors closed quickly. Each rejection bruised his pride. Each night, Armin lay awake asking the same question: why does no one help me anymore? But he was asking the wrong question. One evening, while walking aimlessly beyond the town's edge, Armin noticed an old man repairing a broken wooden cart. The man was alone, his hands rough, his movements slow but precise. The cart was old, cracked, and heavy. No one was assisting him. Out of curiosity and perhaps desperation, Armin stopped. "Why are you doing this alone?" Armin asked. "This work needs help." The old man did not look up immediately. He tightened a rope, adjusted a wheel, then finally raised his eyes. "Because," he said calmly, "help is not always available, strength must be." Those words unsettled Armin. They sat together as the sun lowered. The old man introduced himself as Hakim, a craftsman who had lost his family decades ago. No sons, no brothers, no safety net. "And yet," Armin said, gesturing toward the repaired cart, "you survive." Hakim nodded. "Not because I am lucky, because I learned early that dependence is a slow form of slavery." That sentence struck harder than any rejection Armin had faced. Hakim explained that when a person depends on others for survival, decisions, or dignity, they unknowingly surrender control over their life. Help can disappear, people can change, circumstances can collapse. But the skills you build, the discipline you carry, and the effort you invest, those stay. Armin listened in silence. The next day, Armin returned. Then again the next. He began helping Hakim repair carts, furniture, tools, anything broken. At first, his hands ached. He made mistakes. He wanted to quit. But Hakim never rescued him from failure. He corrected him, then stepped aside. "If I do it for you," Hakim said firmly, "you will remain weak." Months passed. Armin's hands hardened. His posture changed. His thinking sharpened. For the first time, he earned money not because someone gave it, but because he produced value. Yet the real change was internal. When tools broke, Armin fixed them. When work was scarce, he searched. When problems arose, he faced them. One day, a wealthy trader visited the town and noticed Armin's craftsmanship. He offered him a position in a larger workshop in the city. Armin hesitated. In the past, he would have jumped, trusting the offer blindly. But now he evaluated terms, risks, and expectations. He negotiated. He prepared. That was the difference. In the city, challenges multiplied. Competition was ruthless. No one cared about his past struggles. Results were all that mattered. Armin nearly failed again. But this time he did not look for rescue. He worked late. He learned faster. He took responsibility for errors instead of shifting blame. Slowly, respect followed. Income stabilized. Confidence grew. Years later, Armin stood in his own workshop. Employees worked under him, not because he depended on them, but because he led them. One afternoon, a young man approached him, confused, frustrated, blaming the world. "Why does no one help me?" the young man asked. Armin smiled, recognizing his former self. "Because," he replied calmly, "life helps those who help themselves." He paused, then added words he had learned the hard way. "Don't depend on others, depend on your effort. People may support you, but you must carry yourself."